Right, this is John from Official Xbox. I'm here with
Edwin, also from Official Xbox. Hello.
And this is Last Titan Standing, the new multiplayer mode in Titanfall.
Which you may have heard of. You may have caught wind of that one. This is actually me playing it at the moment, and this is an Xbox One build which should compare to the one you may be playing even now in the beta. Now, as you can tell, Last Titan Standing is all about Titan numbers. You begin the game with everybody in a Titan, and you only get one Titan, and you have to keep that Titan intact. You can still run around as a pilot after your Titan goes down. And yes, the victory goes to whoever has the last Titan standing. So yeah,
pretty straightforward,
fairly self-explanatory. What isn't self-explanatory is this whole little interplay of vortex block, as you can see here, where each Titan basically has a kind of like a timed charge use Jedi Force catch ability. And so if someone chucks a bunch of missiles at you or whatever, you can catch them, throw them back. They may then catch them in their vortex blocker, and so it just becomes like table tennis really after a while, but with more bangs. I'm fighting a number of Titans here.
So it doesn't look like you're kind of picking your battles here. This just looks like a total free-for-all.
Well, you don't really. I mean, this is a kind of like a more open map than the other one that I played in the beta. But yeah, as you can see, it doesn't take long for the Titans to get together and start dusting up. The Titans.
You're going into actual punching fisticuffs now.
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I mean, you can hear actually the computer's telling me there's all these Titans around me. I've managed to find my way into the middle of an enemy group. And the game's very good actually, because your peripheral awareness is quite limited when you're in a Titan. The game's very good at keeping you appraised of when you have a bunch of guys behind you and warning you about them. So yeah, so these Titan spats can last maybe tens of seconds if you're very lucky. If you kind of enable there's a kind of like a power boost you can get using your Titan core, which I'll discuss in a moment. And if you catch an enemy unawares, yeah, that you might take them down quite quickly, but frequently you'll find it might be minutes at a time before you can actually get a kill.
It looks like your Titan is going.
Yeah, my Titan's not happy bunny now, so I'm going to eject. When you eject in Titanfall, this can actually be an opportunity. You might actually land outside the battlefield, as in sort of that's as in Battlefield. I think Battlefield has that mechanic. But yeah, it's an opportunity to blast up and get to high ground. You might even be able to land on top of the Titan that killed you and return the favour by shooting its brains out.
So it's Last Titan Standing. Like your Titan is now in pieces, but if you can nick somebody else's, then you're back in the game. Yeah,
that's basically it. I mean, there's. Yeah, it can be better to be a pilot than a Titan, because obviously pilots can use the cover, they can use the terrain in a way that a Titan can't. And up here I'm basically, I'm more or less invincible. However, being a clever cookie, I decide to jump down here, I think, quite soon, and that's my anti-Titan weapon. I think that's called the Sidewinder missile launcher. Yeah, it's just kind of
you're kind of cloaking there.
Yeah, and there's another Titan coming through. The cloak is absolutely essential when you're fighting other Titans, because when you're fighting against a Titan as a pilot, because yeah, it's quite effective from a distance, but up close a pilot's going to see you. So yeah, just kind of like.
Is this team based? You see they've got different coloured names. So is it? Oh, okay, yes.
Yep. See, that was an effective soldier.
Well done, Edwin.
And now I think we switched sides. I think we might start on the other side of the map. Sorry, what were you saying?
Well, I was just interested in how the kind of team play works. So it's kind of Titans v Titans, but it's still basically team deathmatch, only with Titans.
Yeah. I mean, it just changes, because in a kind of like an ordinary round of I think it's called attrition as the basic mode. Obviously, if everybody starts out as a pilot, you then have like a countdown to the arrival of a Titan, which can be 2 minutes. It can be sort of lowered. It can be reduced by so it's doing a bit of vortex blocker actually. But yeah, you can bring that countdown down. But it does mean that there's a kind of a quiet bit at the start of each match where everyone's getting into position. In Last Titan Standing, no quiet bits. Lots of missiles.
Right,
I think I just threw a bunch of rockets into that guy's bottom, so sorry.
Yeah, bad team play you'll be going
You can see how
negative feedback.
The way that that's obviously a heck of a choke point there for a Titan. We probably all should have been being a bit more smart about using it. A pilot obviously doesn't see that as a choke point. A pilot will be up on the roof taking a flanking route. So these maps kind of work in at least two ways, depending on obviously the scale of the combatant.
Right. And is it because you can like have your Titan as a sort of pet that follows you around, can't you? So can you do that in this as well? Oh,
yeah.
We both have the same idea about nipping at the back.
Yeah, it's amazing when you flank somebody and get a bunch of missiles. Actually, I think that was a lucky shot. That actually just to address this one before I answer your question. That little sort of fountain of missiles over my shoulder every now and again. That's an ability that every Titan has, which is basically a kind of glorified melee attack. If you're reloading, you just got this optional, fairly ineffective, as you can see, quite slow-moving projectiles.
It's very impressive, kind of bonfire night.
It's very dramatic. It's basically, it makes you feel good, but it rarely actually hits things. But it can be quite a useful sort of fallback option. But yeah, I mean, yes, you can control your Titans. You can jump out and put it into guard mode, whereupon it will stay in place. I think I do this in a little bit actually.
Look out for that when you're
and
then pasting that guy from a distance.
Yeah, I'm not doing so far. This is the damage core that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, what's that?
So that's every Titan has one core, and the idea is that providing you don't die, you're
about that.
Such as how not to do it. Anyway, but the core. There are a bunch of different cores, they have a range of different abilities, and that one is the one that they have in the beta, and you can, ups all of your damage output, very obviously, so,
So it's a kind of like combat buff thing that you can trigger at a certain point, and... Ragdolls never stop being funny.
Yeah, that's definitely very satisfying. It's not quite like a perk. I mean, there are sort of like shades of the Call of Duty perk, kill streak sort of system in this. You do have these secondary abilities which kind of take a while to enable, but it's much more kind of like contained and measured. Like, I mean, the Titans are kind of in some ways just glorified kill streaks. So they drop in after a while, and you can, accelerate their arrival by shooting people and so on. But but it's controlled. It's not the case that there's no. You can't just get a Titan in 10 seconds or something, or at least not that I'm aware of. So it shouldn't worry people who don't like that aspect of Call of Duty.
Yeah, I just saw when it came in there, there were some foot soldiers there. So are they the kind of the AI helpers that you that they've talked about?
Yeah, so and they are incredibly hard to explain in a satisfying way. I mean, the kind of the perception on much of the internet is that they're basically surrogates for players, alternatives to players, and the obvious objection is, well, why don't you put some more players in there? They're not. They're kind of like a battlefield resource, I suppose. That's one thing, because basically the more of them you kill, the faster your Titan will arrive. And they're very easy to kill. They have very definitely limited abilities next to you. They can't run at walls. They can't rocket jump. Their weapons are slow.
Oh wow! So they're properly
they're probably not. Yeah. I mean, but it's kind of like, I mean, the example that probably the comparison that's probably most effective is the creeps in a MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena or whatever it is, where they're never going to win the war by themselves, but they're just going to sit there and create an extra tactical layer. You can ignore them if you like. You can just concentrate on killing players. If you go and shoot more of them, then you'll get more points and you'll get a faster Titanfall. The other thing they have a very slight story kind of like purpose, where you'll occasionally run into them. You might see this in this match. You'll run into them doing little kind of like dramatic skits. Grunts
in Halo or something.
Proper little choreographed fight scenes. It's quite sweet. And you can intervene, and if you at one point I think I saved a guy from some robot, and he stopped and goes, "Thanks, man," and I had a little kind of little buzz of warmth and pride, and then I got killed by something. So
is this? I mean, in this or in any modes? You guys can think of some up. Is there any way to kind of repair your Titan? Can you go and is it got kind of like COD style health regen, or is it like I can see that health bar being whittled away on the main screen there? Is that once that's gone, it's gone, or is there a way to?
The shield replenishes, but your armour doesn't, as far as I know.
Is the shield that little line that's just
as you can see here. So it's kind of it's Halo, isn't it? I suppose essentially. Ooh, I'm being locked onto by a pilot. So.
What does that mean? I mean, I assume it's bad.
There's a pilot. Yes, there's a pilot somewhere who's actually. I think I might get a melee kill on this guy. Keep an eye. Keep watching. Ooh, maybe no. Keep the distance. Actually, it turns out it's the opposite. But
well done.
I did win. There you go.
That's quite spectacular.
So I think this is the last round coming up. I can't remember, but yeah, you'll hopefully get a sense of the. I mean, I think I might spend a bit more time on foot in this particular round, so you'll get more sense of how, how the map differs if you're on your infantry.
Spending more time on foot means you get pasted very early on. Then you should,
well, no, well, it depends. I mean, actually, because if you've got your cloak and you've got your anti-Titan weapon like a rocket launcher, and you get up on a rooftop, you can very easily pop in and out of cover and fire off a shot, hurt something, then pop back again, and and actually, being a pilot can be. You're probably most deadly as a pilot if we're honest. But there's still lots to be gained from playing the Titan. I mean.
Well, I guess that's an interesting kind of balance achievement in itself, given that these are honking great robots with festooned with rockets, and yet it's almost more powerful to be.
Yeah, well, I mean the key thing is that there's no cover penetrate. Bullets don't penetrate cover, even big explosive ones, and there's no. Well, there are perhaps a few scripted instances of degrading cover of stuff blowing up, but not many. So all these big rocket
on battlefield style thing.
Yeah, so I mean you can't. Yeah, I mean if you were in Battlefield, if I was a Battlefield Titan, let's say, I'd be knocking holes in these buildings and feasting on the bodies of people with it. Actually, you get to see a bit of guard mode action, I think, possibly here. Whereas in this game, if you're inside a building, you're pretty safe. So that's something to bear in mind. Yeah. Managed to get into another hilariously outmatched brawl. I don't know, there's always two whenever I'm decided to pick a fight at the time.
You're doing well, but you just bully that little guy down there. That's definitely going to show him.
Well, it's I'm just taking out small threats first. It's very tactical, not to.
No idea. Well, what's that thing that's just dropped out? Is that just more?
So that's them arriving. Yeah. I get my damage core now. Oh, actually, I think I got a really cool kill coming up here. Oh no, I don't. Oh yes, so I've used
such hype.
Well, I can't remember which video this is. We recorded so many, and you can probably find so many of them on this YouTube channel. Yes, now,
good save. Yeah. Well done.
I should mention, by the way, in the current issue of OXM, which is on sale 14th of February, we have a lengthy Titanfall feature with lengthy tips, and so
we had a big chat with Respawn about it, and we had storytelling and how to play the game and everything. So that's good.
See that there? That's there's a Titan kind of loadout slot you can fill. There's an ability you can get, which is basically equivalent to kind of martyr. Is it martyrdom in Call of Duty?
God.
Yeah. So the Titan obviously nukes when it goes down, which isn't particularly nice.
Is that what that bright? Well done. Okay.
So
final thing there. Is that when that kind of bright light goes?
That is, yeah. So stay away if you see a bright light.